So, God willing, the hostages will return on Monday or Tuesday. In this video, I want to unpack the significance of Shmini Atzeres, the 22nd of Tishrei, and why. Well, if they are returned, God willing, Monday or Tuesday, that would be Shmini Atzeres, and they were abducted on Shmini Atzeres. So, I think it would be beneficial to understand the significance in Jewish terminologies what this day is. You see, Shmini Atzeres is wrapped in mystery. And in order to unpack this mystery, let's first start at the end, see where we're all going, and then we'll go back to Shmini Atzeres. Let's take a look at Rabbi Tovia Singer.
The most critical and central event that will unfold is that the whole world will know the truth. In fact, anything else I share with you will be a subset of that. That God will be king of the whole world. He will be one. His name will be one. Zechariah chapter 14, and Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 14. And the knowledge of Hashem will cover the world as the water covers the sea. And the Gentiles will come to the Jews, and they will admit their error and their mistake.
So here Rabbi Tovia Singer gives us a picture of how the process of events that are happening now are leading to the final yediyah, knowledge that the whole world will gain. So all events need to really be looked through this lens. So let's go back to Shmini Atzeres and take a look at this.
Right before this, that I will destroy all the nations that go to war against Yerushalayim. Just please read it for yourself. But in the midst of this time, there will be a tremendous trauma for the Jews in Israel, something unbelievable, horrible. And that's going to cause the Jewish people to become one, to cleave to each other, and turn to Hashem in the midst of a very great mourning of this trauma. This is often called the Messiah, the son of Joseph. That phrase is not in Tanach, but the Talmud in Tractate Sukkot, that's what it means. It doesn't mean a Messiah, the son of Joseph. It means, in fact, you can see from the words, it's in the plural, it's people getting killed in the midst of this enormous, what otherwise is very, very successful. Do I believe that's what occurred on October 7th? Yeah.
So I'll tell you a story that I heard from a rabbi who is a rabbi in Ashkelon, in a little community called Neve Ilan. His name is Rabbi Menachem Wolf, and he officiates at weddings. He said the happiest wedding he's ever been to was someone who was machzir gushato. They had gotten divorced, and they decided to remarry. They were going to remarry despite all their character defects, and they knew each other, and they knew their problems, and they knew their issues, and they worked it all out, and they said, we're going to make this work. He said that wedding was the most unbelievable wedding he's ever been to. Can you imagine? Because, a young couple, they get married, they don't really know each other. But here they knew everything about them. And they said, we still want to get married. That's what Sukkot is. Sukkot is after Yom Kippur, we reunite us and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We have a sukkah. We sit for 7 days. And we have Sheva Brachos. And after that day, after the final Sheva Brachos, when all the glitz is gone, we go back into the house and we have Shmini Atzeres. And we're just alone with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, alone with Hashem. And we realize that God takes us back, and He took us back, and it's different than the first time. It's different than Har Sinai, where we were forced into this, and we were, wow, Koma, we said Nasiv and Ishban. Where did that leave us? Like the Gemara says, Aluva Kalam Mizana Tachas Chuposai. We right away ran to do the Egel. And every year, unfortunately, Ein Tzadik Ba'aretz Asher Yechta, everybody has their fallings. Says the Sfas Emes, what is the idea of Shmini Atzeres? Shmini Atzeres is when Hashem puts the ring on us and He says, I will be betrothed to you despite all the issues that you have. That's what Shmini Atzeres is. And that's Chodesh Etanim. This is where Hashem says, let's do this once more. And every time Hashem says, I'll forgive you. And the Chatufim, the captives, hopefully will be returning. On Shmini Atzeres, it will always be their day that they died. And that stain will always be. But there will be a new stain, and this stain will be the stain of peace, of return. The word tshuva means returning. And there's no better time where we feel the true happiness than Simchat Torah, Shmini Atzeres, when it's us and Hashem on day 8, the day after the Sheva Brachos. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I do read every comment. B'li neder. I'll just end with a little story. There was a famous rabbi, I don't know his name. I tried to find it. He was sitting in a sukkah and it was raining. It was pouring rain, and the rain is dripping down on his head, and he's soaked through and through. And he's singing in the sukkah. He's singing in the rain. And his Talmud, his student, comes up to him and says, Rebbe, it's pouring rain. What are you doing in the sukkah? You know, you can't fulfill the mitzvah of sukkahs if you're not happy. It's impossible. That's just the way it is. The requirement of sukkahs is be happy. If you're not happy, you can't do the mitzvahs. So the Rebbe looked at his student and he said, I'm not happy. Me? I'm sitting in a sukkah. Every drop that falls on me is coming from Hashem. Yes, it's all coming from Hashem. Yiratzon that we should be zeicha to see the Geula Shalema B'Karv Mamash. Thank you for listening. Shabbat Shalom.